part of my pilgrimage to Fortnum and Mason was for this very sweet right here. It is rumored to be the Queen's favorite sweet, and it is always on the menu because of it. It is a rose-flavored cream puff, basically. So it's a pâte à choux pastry filled with rose-flavored cream, and there's a little bit of a rose ganache on the top. And I love the flavors of rose as well as violet. Those are two of my favorite flavors. It must be in my DNA. I just naturally love those flavors. So when I see them, I get very excited because in the US it's not common. So I'm going to give this a try. I'll bite it in half. The choux pastry is light, airy. The rose cream is gorgeous, bright rose, without being like a bath product. It is a beautiful flavor, very elegant, creamy. I love the ganache on the top. It's thick and velvety, and it coats the tongue nicely. Oh, it smells so good. You can smell the eggs and the butter, and very subtle rose. The cream, I could probably eat half a dozen of those. Oh, now I want to talk about the tea that I ordered. I ordered Countess Grey, which is a version of Earl Grey. Earl Grey was a tea that was made in 1836, and it was named after Charles Earl Grey, who was an English prime minister. Now, Countess Grey has orange peel in it. You see all the different, lots of orange peel. So this is a very high grade Countess Grey because of all of the orange peel in it. Now, when I smell the tea itself, bright, aromatic, juicy, zesty orange, and then the bergamot comes through as just exotic bergamot. Bergamot is another flavor that I really go wild over. Tasting it, it's just this gorgeous melange of bright orange and that exotic bergamot. It is excellent. Countess Grey. And I can't get over all of the orange peel in there. Look at that. Just thin ribbons of orange peel in there. And the aroma. And right now I have a finish of orange swirling through my sinuses. I'm still tasting orange even though I took my sip several moments ago. I would highly recommend this with the sweet course because it tempers the sweets nicely with that bergamot orange finish. I am in heaven. So I've just completed my tea experience at Fortnum and Mason, and we've been here for 3 hours. That's how thoughtful we went through each and every bite. We considered everything carefully. I really enjoyed the flavors, the textures, and the presentation. This is really the paragon of all three of those things, all wrapped in traditional British culinary excellence. I love it. So when you take each bite, it's such an amazing sensory experience. The textures, the flavors. My mind just went into overdrive, trying to figure out what is it I'm tasting, what is it I'm sensing. And I have to say, half of the experience is in the service. Now, we sat with, in the section, Jose's section, so if you can get Jose, he is brilliant. He is a bit of a food historian. He knows a lot about the history of food and beverages. And so he was very well versed in everything, the history of everything. So a lot of this presentation that I'm giving you came directly from Jose, who was very clear and concise and very warm. So the service was absolutely impeccable. So service and hospitality is a big passion of mine, both personally at work and as a journalist. And so if you want an experience in the best in service, sit with Jose, take notes. You can really up your game. Great example. I am absolutely thrilled. If I flew here and flew home, I'd be totally satisfied with coming to London because this was such a big deal to me. And I just want to say I miss my grandfather, Sidney Edward Kirkham. I used to have tea with him as a child, and this was just such a wonderful experience. I highly recommend it.
Okay.